Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, this is Megneous and welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. Today we're going to change things up a little bit. Instead of trying to go to another planet or moon, we are going to attempt to escape our entire Kerbal solar system. Yes, those of you who know anything about real spacecraft know that this is basically what the Voyager 1 and 2 probes are doing, so we're going to build probes of our own. So let's get started on that, and by the way, if you don't like electronica music, turn your volume down. Thank you very much. Enjoy. Hello everyone, and we're back. Say hello to the very slightly altered but generally the same Odyssey 1. I've decided to christen this probe the Odyssey 1, much like the Voyager 1, because, you know, a voyage, it's an odyssey, it's a journey, whatever. Alright, so as for red holding strut things, yeah, screw that, we don't need that whatsoever. So let's go ahead and put this on the launch pad and see if we can get this out into the solar system, and hopefully out of the solar system as well, assuming that the game doesn't freeze up. Hello? Very nice. Okay. Let's hope physics don't destroy us. And wonderful. So I assume during this particular episode I'm going to be talking a lot about the Voyager probes, but before that, let's try to get up into the atmosphere. Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. Very good. Oh, and we're already leaning. This is not good. Alright. Did one of our engines just stop? One of our engines just stopped, didn't it? No, it looks like it's still going. Actually, never mind, we're all good. Okay, so apparently SAS is completely useless. Oh goodness. Yeah, this is not holding us in place as well as I thought it would be. We're tilting. Wonderful. Right, let's go ahead and drop those. Whee! Hello, little third stage, or fifth stage, I think it said that's how many stages we had. Okay, so this is hard to control. I shall remember that, but I'm pretty sure this has more than enough power to get us out into orbit. So let's go ahead and continue forward. So, do you guys know anything about the Voyager probes? Do you know when they were launched? Do you know who decided to launch them? Do you know what's in them? Do you know what's going on generally with them recently in the past year or so? If you know anything, go ahead and type about it in the comments, but I'm just going to be talking a little bit. Oh, we're spinning. Oh, we're spinning. Why are we spinning? Oh, no, this isn't what I wanted at all. Oh, goodbye. Goodbye, stage. Oh, I really wish the SAS worked. That's not working. Alright. So this was a terrible idea, but we're gonna go ahead and continue with it because, you know, why not? What is this, 69? Alright, we don't need much more. I'm gonna go ahead and start going this way. This is a bad time to try to talk about the Voyager probes. Sigh, sigh, sigh. But yeah, so while we're doing this, the Voyager probes, as you may know, are two probes that are currently going in completely different directions and are on their way to exit our solar system in real life, not Kerbal Space Program. These were launched back in like the 1970s, I believe, like 1972 or 1976. I forgot the exact year, but yeah, that was a really long time ago, and just now, we're gonna go ahead and cut that because we're way too far from our AP. That's way too high. Alright, so they were launched way back in the 1970s, which geologically speaking is just yesterday, but in terms of a human's lifespan, that's a really, really long time. So it's sort of surprising that finally, just now, they're beginning to exit the solar system. And this is to say that they're exiting what most people believe to be our solar system. They are not exiting yet what scientifically is considered to be the edge of our solar system, which would be the end of our sun's gravitational pull, where, although the sun of course still has a gravitational pull, it's no longer pulling stronger than other forces in the immediate area, and by immediate I mean like stellar distances, where the sun's pull is no longer stronger than, say, another star's pull, like Alpha Centauri or something like that. That's how we determine exactly what sort of gravity well things are in technically. It's like, for example, we're in the sun's gravity well right now, but the Earth's gravity well, due to us being closer, is what is our primary sense of gravity? We're in the Earth's sphere of influence rather than the sun's. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's generally right. So, okay, let's try to fix this. Oh, sigh. No, go back down, please. Surely, I hope that we have enough fuel to continue on our journey. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be okay. Okay, there. Very good. Now we get to play around with the maneuver nodes and see if we can do a gravity slingshot around the moon. Just gonna go ahead. That is way too far. Or even, yeah, we're good. Alright, let's go ahead and spin this around. Oh, there we go. There's the moon. And there's a gravity slingshot. Very nice. Alright, and how much is that? 815? That's no problem whatsoever. Then we'll get outside of Kerbin's sphere of influence. What is that? 140? That's plenty. Alright. Let's go ahead and zoom in. I want to speed this up just a little bit so that we can turn. This is not going the way that I planned. Yeah, you guys need to remind me, always add RCS. RCS is definitely a necessity. These parts... guess I'll just do this. This is probably going to screw our orbit up incredibly, but I have no choice. I have no other way to turn this thing. It's far too massive. Ah, there we go. There it is. Come back. But yes, so the Voyager probes, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, did not go out into the solar system alone. They have a wealth of stuff inside of them. And when I say stuff, I don't mean stuff like... Ah, please stop. Come back. There we go. I don't mean stuff as in actual belongings, I mean information. They, within themselves, have golden phonographs, golden records. For those of you who are young, maybe you've never actually seen a phonograph before, you should put it into Google. They're pretty cool looking. The ancestor of the, well, the cassette tape, right? The cassettes even came out after phonographs, and then eventually the CD, and the DVD, etc., etc. But anyway... The point is that there are golden phonographs with information on them, and said information. Why is this here? I feel as if this doesn't... we are going to fall into the atmosphere. Let's not do that. Okay. Sigh. Oops. Sorry, guys. Huh? Where did it go? Okay, yes, please, keep it here. Keep it here, please. That would be nice. Alright, let's continue on our way towards this maneuver node, and hopefully nothing moves. Hopefully nothing moves at all, because that would not be good whatsoever. We may dip down into the atmosphere right here. This is a really, really dangerous mission. Maybe I should have started recording after we already had this trajectory, but oh, well, you know, who really keeps track of such things? I sure as heck don't. Neither should you. Yes, let's continue this conversation about Voyager after we go ahead, and I'm gonna start now because I don't care. Indeed. I don't know what I'm doing. This is not going well. This is not going well at all. I would like a slingshot, please. Slingshot. Alright, and we will be right back, everyone. Hello, everyone, and we're back. Many hours have in fact passed, as various things happened in real life, as well as attempting to fix this terrible, terrible trajectory, and yet somehow I ended up doing it. So we are currently on our way to do a gravity slingshot around the moon. Let's go ahead and get started doing that. And then after our gravity slingshot around the moon, hello moon, we are going to exit the Kerbal system and go off into the Kerbal system, and then we will work on exiting that as well. Hello moon, you are a beautiful natural satellite. Goodbye. Gravity slingshot. And goodbye Kerbal as well. You may have noticed that we had to ditch the last stage before this one because, in all honesty, wow, that is absolutely beautiful. Goodbye, Kerbal. The very large rockets were very, very massive and causing lots of slowdown, couldn't really turn anything, so that was a very real problem for controlling this. But it's okay, everything is good now. We have our nuclear engine. It will be no problem whatsoever controlling it once we get out of the Kerbal system, which I'm going to go ahead and go a little bit faster. Okay, here we are. And let's see, where are we? So talking about the Voyager again, Voyager 1 and 2 and their golden phonographs, I looked it up by the way, and they were launched in 1977. Okay, we have to go over to the PE so we get maximum efficiency for our vehicle, for our thrust, using the Oberth effect. Yes, so the phonographs contain a number of things. It contains a way to tell time on Earth based on the transitions of a hydrogen atom, so that we can talk about years on Earth and an alien civilization that might find our probes could understand what a year is, since, you know, a year is very arbitrary, depending on how long it takes your planet to revolve around the sun, or your star. And also information on human anatomy, how we conceive, how we give birth, information on human DNA, what it's made out of, what it looks like, it has a double helix, blah blah blah. It has lots of music, well maybe not lots of music, but a decent amount of music, as well as pictures, lots and lots of pictures, very moving pictures actually, if you ever look at these pictures. Very moving pictures of both people in other countries as well as the United States, and they're just... There's a word for this, and I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but frisian, something like that. It just means like the feeling of like goosebumps or feeling, I don't know. It's very hard to describe, but when you look at these pictures and you realize that if an alien civilization found this probe, or if even we find this probe in the future, this is what we would see. This is what would be there. We would see these pictures of us from back in the year 1977, or possible alien species millions of years in the future might find pictures of us, you know, trying to explain who we are to a large and vastly uncaring universe. It's definitely a unique feeling to look at those pictures. In fact, if you check the description down below the video, I will attempt to remember to include a link to all of those pictures. And there's also a message in there in English, and of course no way to decipher it, just, you know, trusting that whoever finds it will be able to understand English, but, you know, that's not very likely at all. Whoa, okay, good. Let's go ahead and increase that, and there we go. Why are you going? Please stop right there. Alright, and we are now doing our Interstellar Burn. It's sort of amazing to think that we are indeed doing an Interstellar Burn. But this should take a while, so I'm going to feel free to go ahead. It is indeed increasing. Very good. Alright. So we're on our way to exiting the Kerbal solar system, just like Voyager and Voyager 2 are doing now. Of course, at the speed that our probe and Voyager are going, the chances of them actually reaching interstellar space and reaching another star in the lifetime of humanity as a species is very low, very unlikely, because we're probably going to kill ourselves before this thing reaches another star. I think I read it was estimated 27,000 years at the minimum. Probably a lot more than that. I'm probably remembering that number completely wrong. But the point is that stars are really far away. Space is big. A light year is unimaginably large. And, you know, it was more symbolic than, you know, something that we actually expected to reach another star with. This Kerbal space program is also symbolic and sort of, I don't know, a commemoration of Voyager and Voyager 2 rather than actually being useful, because as you know, our star, Kerbal, is the only star in Kerbal space program. We do not yet have an update to add other solar systems. Perhaps in the future we'll have one, but at the moment, no. But yes, at the moment, this is our way of exiting the Kerbal solar system and sending off a little piece of ourselves into the universe to perhaps one day meet those future Kerbin people, or perhaps even possibly other species. I don't know. It's going to be a neat looking satellite no matter what, and it's symbolic for me of our travels in this vast and beautiful universe in Kerbal space program. So that's what we're gonna go with. This is going to take quite a while, but we have, as long as we're under 30 minutes, I'm completely okay with this taking a while. But yeah, talking a little bit about space and the fact that Voyager will probably never encounter alien life, but let's say that it does. How many of my subscribers believe that somewhere out there in the universe, somewhere on some distant star, or maybe even somewhere in our own solar system, maybe Europa or Titan, there may possibly be extraterrestrial life? If it's not intelligent, microorganisms are okay too. But I've heard a number of people say things like, it is impossible for there to be extraterrestrial life, even microorganisms, anywhere in the universe. The Earth is the only place in the universe that has life. And I find that very hard to believe and hard to stomach, because knowing that in our Milky Way galaxy alone, and probably the galaxy of Kerbal Space Program if it's anything like real life, since this Kerbal solar system is based on our solar system, I really can't believe that for a moment, because our galaxy has somewhere around 200 to 400 billion stars. And there are hundreds of billions of galaxies, somewhere between 200 and 400, possibly more, that we can see, that are visible, that are actually close enough to us that light has had time to reach us since the Big Bang. And it's utterly mind-blowing to think how many total numbers of stars there are in the universe. And not only that, but new stars are born all the time when gas collects into a large enough disk, starts an accretion disk, spins, collects enough in the middle to start fusion, and boom, a new star is born, and new planets form. So we are in no way at the... Like, this is the only thing that the universe will have now. The universe will make many more stars before they all go dark and the universe basically dies from lack of hydrogen to burn as fuel during fusion in the middle of stars. So, personally, of course we have no direct evidence of this at all, except for the mind-blowingly large number of stars there are, and the fact that our star, our sun, is actually not that strange of a star at all. It's a pretty standard star. It's a yellow main sequence star. And there are yellow main sequence stars everywhere in the universe, everywhere in our galaxy. So, although life on Earth itself is very unique and very special, we currently have no particular reason to think that our solar system is particularly special. And we have no reason to think that if our solar system is not that special, that there couldn't possibly be life on others. So, although we don't have any direct evidence for this, it is personally my opinion that if we were able to somehow explore instantaneously all the planets and all the moons of all the stars and all the galaxies and all the universes, well, assuming there may even be multiple universes, I don't know. That's currently a theory with no actual evidence. We do know that there are lots of galaxies, so let's talk about that instead. I believe that somewhere out there, there are at least microorganisms, bacteria or virus-like things somewhere. I know technically a lot of biologists don't believe that viruses are alive because they're not cellular and they're not capable of reproducing without a host organism. But there are also a number of biologists who believe that viruses actually represent a very ancient tree, a different branch of the tree of life, If you're aware of things like kingdoms, you know that kingdoms aren't actually the end-all be-all. They're, what are they, domains? I forgot, but the eukarya, the archaea? Yeah, archaea, and prokaryotes? Maybe? Yeah, but anyway, so a fourth domain of life. So, in my opinion, viruses are living creatures. Maybe not creatures, but alive. Somehow, something. Meh. Anyway, the point is that I think there's something out there, even if it's microorganisms. And I would really prefer that we find something, possibly in my lifetime, so that I can feel justified in that belief. But that's probably not going to happen. I'm assuming that you guys watching this episode of Kerbal Space Program, you probably feel that space is interesting, and you probably feel that... Actually, let's increase the speed of this just a little bit. You probably feel that space is interesting and worth exploring, and something that we are sadly not funding enough if you enjoy space, because the funding of space is pathetically low, even in my home country, the largest funder of space research in the world. You probably feel that you would like people to spend more. In fact, tell me your opinion about that in the comments below, because I'm interested in talking to you guys about how you feel about the funding of space. But knowing that, I'm just curious if you think that if we were to fund space correctly, with at least 1% of the national budget of the US, for example, not even taking into consideration other countries and what they do with their space programs, but if we did, what do you think we would find? Where do you think we would be in, say, 80 years, which is currently the estimated amount of time that my generation is probably going to live to be somewhere around 100 years old, on average, maybe, depending on future medical advances. We have so much fuel left. We are going to exit this solar system with no problem whatsoever. I have to control this manually because there's no way that my SAS is going to stay on target. Here we go, exiting. Very nice. Ooh, we got an intercept there for a moment. An intercept with Jewel or maybe Elu? Nice. But we're gonna be exiting this system very, very soon. I'm very excited. Well, we're not going to be exiting it for quite a while, but on a trajectory out of the Kerbal solar system. Oh, nice. So how do you guys feel about space research? Do you feel that it's adequate? Are you sort of upset knowing that the very earliest that we're probably going to send a manned mission to Mars is like 2030? The James Webb Telescope, the gigantic telescope much larger than the Hubble, that will actually allow us to see, well, in the infrared spectrum, actually allow us to see, and hello, there we go. Trajectory outside the Kerbal solar system. The James Webb Telescope that will actually allow us to see outside of our system into the atmospheres of exoplanets, something that we currently can't do with Hubble and our other telescopes. Do you feel that that's adequate? Do you feel angry that it's only going to be launching probably in 2018 at the earliest? It'll probably be delayed a lot more. Let me know below in the comments how you feel. In the meantime, it is time for us to decouple and send our little satellite off into the cosmos on its own. Goodbye. Opening the antenna. Opening the panel. And opening the other solar panel as well. Beautiful. Saying goodbye to the debris. And thus, we leave our system. Alright, so, as an end word to all of you, and possibly to the future people of, I don't know, whoever this satellite encounters our probe, whoever it finds, I would like to leave a message. I would like to read the message, the letter that was included, with absolutely no way to decipher it, in the Voyager 1 and 2 probes as well. So enjoy. This Voyager spacecraft was constructed by the United States of America. We are a community of 240 million human beings among the more than 4 billion who inhabit the planet Earth. We human beings are still divided into nation-states, but these states are rapidly becoming a single global civilization. We cast this message into the cosmos. It is likely to survive 1 billion years into our future, when our civilization is profoundly altered and the surface of the Earth may be vastly changed. Of the 200 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy, some, perhaps many, may have inhabited planets and spacefaring civilizations. If one such civilization intercepts Voyager and can understand these recorded contents, here is our message. This is a present from a small, distant world, a token of our sounds, our science, our images, our music, our thoughts, and our feelings. We are attempting to survive our time so that we may live into yours. We hope someday, having solved the problems we face, to join a community of galactic civilizations. This record represents our hope and our determination and our goodwill in a vast and awesome universe. Jimmy Carter, President of the United States of America, June 16th, 1977. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Megneous, and I will see you next time.